We already know Victoria was invented by a dude, but what's her secret? The real secret isn't the lace or the lingerie. So why do we tune in once yearly to a fashion show that doesn't always make us feel good about ourselves? Today, this curious professor gets to act like a fashion detective. We're going to look at the science behind why we love it, why we keep watching it, and why sometimes it makes us dislike ourselves. We all know Victoria has angels. They're heavenly figures. They're not just models, they're divine. The fantasy isn't really underwear, it's transcendence. We all know it's an illusion, but it's also numerical. Since the 1990s, the angels have gotten thinner, but they're not curvier, they're not taller, they're just proportionately smaller. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that there would be real science on the proportion of Victoria's Secret runway models, but there is. A recent article examined the unattainable standards of beauty that we see in Victoria's Secret models. From 1995 till 2018, bust size decreased from 32.9 to 32. Waist size decreased from 24.7 to 23.6, and hip size decreased from 34.9 to 34.4. So, what's the same? Waist to hip ratio. That's the secret, symmetry. So this seems to be Victoria's secret. Waist to hip ratio of 0.70. Humans are wired to love symmetry. It's a sign of health, stability, and predictability. In perception studies, people prefer faces that have more symmetrical proportions. Children as young as 2 can recognize this symmetry. Proportion also matters. We're probably all familiar with the golden ratio. This ratio has been with us since the dawn of humanity. We find it in how plants grow, how shells form, and depending on who you ask, human faces. Since it's been with us for millennia, it's no surprise that our brains have evolved to like it. The golden ratio shows up in Greek architecture, Renaissance art, and modern-day design. It's simple, but not perfectly symmetrical. It's orderly, predictable, but with just enough variation to be interesting and not enough to cause dissonance. And all of this is reinforced with the images we see around us. Add to that the spectacle of the runway. Glitter reflects light to enhance motion and catch our eyes. The runway walk exaggerates hip sway. Our brain's fusiform face area and visual cortex light up as we take everything in. While we're watching something like the Victoria's Secret fashion show, we can't help but compare. Psychologists call it social comparison theory. We define ourselves by measuring against others. In the case of the fashion show, we're comparing ourselves to angels in 4K. No wonder we come up short. This can affect our self-esteem, our body image, or even how we feel walking into a dressing room. We're wired to rank ourselves, and the fashion industry knows it. But this doesn't just happen in the dressing room, it can happen in the classroom as well. Comparison can be like a currency. Grades, tests, scores, internships, academic success has its own shape, number, and curve. And just like fashion, academia builds a system where excellence is highly visible, measurable, and, if we let it be, exhausting. It's easy to think that fashion reflects culture, but more often, it creates it. For a more historical perspective, we can look to corsets. It's a story of how clothing literally shaped anatomy. Ribs, lungs, and digestive organs squish to the will of a corset. To me, it looks like a device designed to cause GERD. But the corset really was fascinating because it went through so many phases, both being revered and reviled. Yet, we still see them inspiring fashion to this day. To me, Victoria's Secret isn't about the lingerie. It's more about how beauty is engineered. The secret is the formula, the right proportion, perception, and persuasion. We don't have to hate the spectacle to appreciate the production. Just like any good magic show, knowing how the trick is done allows us to develop a deeper, more profound understanding of the act. With the Victoria's Secret fashion show, we can still appreciate the skill, precise technique, and ingenuity of the engineers. Now that we're armed with awareness, the next time you see halos and wings on the runway, remember that beauty isn't just what we're shown, it's what we choose to believe. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what kinds of videos you'd like me to make in the future. Catch you next time.